Good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Pugh of the Home Bible College. I want to do another video in my series on ministerial integrity. And this is video number 23. It's 4.23, and it's be peaceful with all. Be peaceful with all. Now, this is a much misunderstood exhortation. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 13, Paul tells us to be at peace with all men. Now this seems clear enough. In Titus chapter 3 verse 2 he says to speak evil of no man, to be no brawlers, but gentle, showing all meekness unto all men. And again in Romans chapter 12 verse 18 he says, if it is possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. But notice he says, if it is possible. It's not always possible to be at peace with all men. And sometimes when the truth of the scripture is at stake, then we must earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto us. So that's Jude chapter 1 verse 3. Jude 1 verse 3, actually, it's only one chapter. There are many issues that do not amount to anything. But there are other issues worth living and dying for. And John describes very serious breaches of order. He says, wherefore, if I come, I will remember his deeds which he doeth. He's speaking about a particular person. He says, prating against us with malicious words, and not content therewith, neither doth he himself receive the brethren, and forbiddeth them that would, and casteth them out of the church. Not only was this person saying foolish things, but he was using malicious words, and he was dividing the believers, and he was excommunicating people. So we seek to give no offense against anyone, and we try to maintain the unity of the Spirit as much as we are able, but this is achieved sometimes, but having to deal forthrightly with men who have evil intent. We need to be able to understand that there are issues which are secondary, and some are not issues at all. But there are other things which we are willing to fight and to hold the scriptures high in the ministry God has given us. And Paul says to Titus, he says, avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain. That was in chapter 3 verse 9. And so the minister of the gospel then, he seeks to be at peace with all men as much as he is able. There are times when he has to enter into controversy. There are times when there are important scriptural truths that really need to be defended. That's the time when he will come out of his corner and he will fight. He will be valiant for truth. But in all other circumstances, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood. We do not wrestle with men. What we do is we seek peace with all men, and especially those that are of the household of faith. Well, God bless you. We look forward to speaking to you on our next installment. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.